Yes, hello. Oh, that was unexpected. Tell me when you're here. Hello, welcome to my party. I don't know shit about this game. I know it's an adventure game. I know I've played other adventure games from this company. But I don't know shit. Alright then. We got no UI. Can I read that? No?
Ah, Miss Bateman. Welcome back to Ticehurst House. It's been quite some time.
Let me know if the audio is too low or loud.
Terrible weather this evening, is it not? Nurse Blaketon has had enough of me smoking inside. Makes her cough, you see.
Got LucasArts
Bit of
style,
rain
yeah.
won't kill me, will it?
Am I mute?
You mustn't be interested in me nattering on. Give my regards to your father. Nurse Blaketon is preparing his supper.
You're a really bad
You
conversationalist.
look pale, Miss Bateman. Do head inside. You'll catch your death out here.
All right.
Dearest Mother,
Do I have to click?
I hope this
I did.
letter will reach you. I have spent these past years in torment, trying to piece together what remains of fractured memories. What I am about to recount to you will seem beyond comprehension, but I beg for your patience. I will endeavour to explain the events that led me to Ticehurst House that night. As far as I can recall, this whole wretched story started with the receipt of a letter from a Mr. Leonard Shoulder.
Eyeballs.
The letter brought me to the isolated village of Bewley, deep in the moors.
Bewley. I got an achievement for just
No
sticking
station
around.
master in sight. I hope the village isn't too far away. I can't recall our exact meeting place. Mr. Shoulder mentioned it in his letter.
Whoa! Oh my god, so many words. Left click. Okay. Left click to walk, interact. Right click to examine. Okay. To access inventory and menu, move your mouse cursor to the top of the screen. Left click on the inventory item to select it. Right click to examine it. Once an inventory item is selected, you can right click to deselect it. You can double click on an exit to teleport directly to it. The game will occasionally autosave. You can also save anytime via menu. Okay. Map. Good. Quick save. F5. Okay. Show interactable hotspots. Understood. Oh. Oh, I see. Oh, that's kind of cheap. We're not going to do that anymore.
The tracks look quite untarnished. I don't think many trains come through here. Bewley. I have great expectations for this Barrow.
It looks pretty great. Dear Miss Bateman, I write this letter in the hopes of piquing your curiosity. I read about your expertise in barrows, and if I understand correctly, you are writing a book on them and the treasures they contain. I live in the village of Bewley, where a most special barrow can be found on the outskirts. It is rectangular in form and is certainly tall enough to stand up in. The place is steeped in local legend, and there is a rumor of secrets to be found deep within. I hope you will not misunderstand me and find this letter intrusive. If you wish to visit Bewley and excavate the Barrow, I will be pleased to be your guide. Please send your response to Plow and Furrow Inn, Bewley. I shall wait your letter. Yours respectfully, Mr. Leonard Shoulder. Dear Miss Bateman, marvelous news. I shall meet you at 8 o'clock in the evening on the 14th of this new month at the Plow and Furrow Inn, Bewley. The inn has fine rooms which you will find adequate for your short stay. When we meet, I shall tell you more of the circumstances surrounding the site, which is referred to locally as Hobbs Barrow. It is not located on my own land, but we will have no issue gaining permission to excavate. I wish you a safe journey. All right.
I must make my way to the Plow and Furrow Inn.
Got it.
A gift from my mother. It bears my initials, TB. I have 6 shillings and 2 pence. My assistant Kenneth is bringing more funds tomorrow. I don't like travelling with too much money on me.
Who are you, lady?
Excuse me?
Yes?
I'm looking for the Plow and Furrow Inn. Do you know where I can find it?
Ah, young lady. Leave the station and follow the dry stone wall for around half a mile. You'll come to Bewley. Go straight ahead and you'll find the market square. The inn is t'other side at square.
Thank you very much. What can you tell me about Bewley?
Well, it used to be a thriving village. Not so much now. I don't spend much time there these days.
Are you local?
Ah, yes, a local I am. But I don't live in the village.
Where are you travelling to today?
That would be none of your business, young lady.
Quite. Apologies. I wish you a pleasant journey.
Mind your shit, I guess. Those stones are wet today. Indeed. I guess we're not going left.
What brings you to Bewley?
I beg your pardon?
What brings you
None
to
of your
Bewley,
business.
miss?
I don't trust you now. You didn't want me in your business.
Just a bit of sightseeing.
We don't get many of your type out here.
My type.
City folks. Curious young ladies.
Young ladies.
Not much to be seen in Bewley, if you ask me. You're better off waiting for the next train back to the city.
I'll take my chances.
Mind your business, lady.
That was odd.
Agreed.
Hello there. The post looks unattended. Hello.
Nosy shit.
A door of fine construction.
Okay. Wait, I was gonna look. Hold on. There were things to click about on. No. What's up, Crow? No talks to animals in this
The
game.
old woman told me to go straight ahead to get to the inn. I'll have time to explore tomorrow.
Fine. Is there a right click? Yeah, that's how you examine. So if I click right click here.
The anvil looks heavy.
Yeah.
The bucket has seen better days.
Can I pick up this anvil?
Beating raw metal into a fine object is an admirable skill. The bucket is rusty and full of holes. This must belong to someone. I should leave it alone.
We're no thief. What are
This
you?
appears to be the forge of a local blacksmith.
Well, that makes sense. She said through the market
A
square.
fine example. It looks like it was built in the Norman style. A local dwelling. A local cobbler. Quite an ornate construction. This was created with pride and care. The building is in a dilapidated state. Quite a fine building indeed. The sign is well out of reach.
I want to go to there.
The Plough and Furrow. I have a bit of time before Mr. Shoulder arrives. I should inquire about a room.
Hey, bro.
Hello there. What's
bro.
a young lady doing out alone in this sodden weather?
What are you doing in this weather? Are we gonna... I don't need to carry over my hate for Kreia in this one. We'll just say right things.
I'm heading to the Plough and Furrow.
Bloody good pub, that's. It has the finest ales in the whole county. Oh, I'll take you there if you like.
I believe we are standing directly in front of it.
Oh,
So we are.
Please,
Yes.
give us a kiss now, won't you?
Give me an option of punching him in the face. Humor him? No! Fuck off. Yes, let's slap him.
How dare you?
Let me put down my shit so that I may smack thee.
Wench.
What a buffoon.
The slap! He deserved it. I got an achievement. Good.
I should speak to the innkeeper about a room. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, lass. How can I help you?
I am in need of a room for the night.
Aye, we aren't short of those. One night, is it?
I shall need at least 2 nights, maybe more.
Aye, 'tis not a problem. 3 shilling per night. That includes your dinner and tea.
A fair price.
I'll need that payment up front for the 2 nights.
I have money. Shisha.
This is payment for the room.
Thank you. Can I ask for your name, lass?
Thomasina Bateman.
And will Mr. Bateman be staying with us tonight?
No, I am not wed. My assistant is arriving in Bewley tomorrow.
Your assistant, you say? Will you be needing another room?
Please.
I'll keep a room spare. It's not quite as nice as yours, I'm afraid.
Not a problem, sir. I'm sure it will be adequate. Kenneth is a man of inexpensive taste.
Here's your key. Just go through the door to the right of the bar, then up the stairs. Room number 2.
Thank you.
Can I help you with your luggage?
No, thank you, sir. I can manage. I should go upstairs and freshen up before Mr. Shoulder arrives.
We're not gonna talk to every Tom, Dick, and Harry down here. Let's talk to one asshole.
Good afternoon, sir.
Note for you here.
I beg your pardon?
I said there's note for you here, lass. Be on your way.
All right.
Charming.
Charming.
This shall do nicely. Time to change into something more comfortable.
And less covered in mud, I assume. Suspenders!
Much better. I've stored my case in there. A box within a box. I've hung my dress inside. Aside from that, the wardrobe is empty. This may come in handy.
Yes, pick up stuff.
I don't wish to carry the bowl around with me.
You might need a bowl, Thomasina.
I don't wish to take it.
We need everything.
I don't
It's
want
not-
to take the painting with me.
everything that's not nailed down, I'm afraid.
As the only light source in the room, I ought to leave this here.
Matchbox. Definitely pick up a bowl.
Ah, complementary matches. Useful. There's only one match left, though. Jammed shut. The wood must have warped over the years. I do feel tired after the trip, but my meeting with Mr. Shoulder must take priority.
Guess we could use that to double check we clicked everything. But it still feels like cheating.
Hello, sir.
See how mean everybody else is.
What?
I'm waiting
What?
here for a man named Leonard Shoulder. Do you know him?
I don't.
Why would
Do you,
he?
love?
Never heard of him.
There you have it. Now clear off.
Everybody's sassy here.
I don't want to take the painting with me.
Okay, I should just examine things. Hold on, let's go back up and look at things. I was just clicking them to take them.
An empty bowl has been provided for washing. A decorative plate depicting a goat.
Mr. Sandman. Hold on. This fucking thing. No one's talking to you, Sirius XM. Fuck's fuck's sake. Okay. What have you taken thus far? A jug of water and matchbooks.
A painting of surprising quality. It portrays a rocky outcrop overlooking a vast moor. Perhaps a local landmark.
Oh wait, what's this up top? It's nothing. It's just whatever. Key. Yeah, that's all I got. I was gonna look at stuff.
The painting depicts a rocky-edged lake. A small bronze plate states the name Lake Cubilius. A pixie-faced peasant boy, painted in a naive style.
So
A
naive.
majestic animal, cut down in his prime. This painting shows a Rubenesque figure brushing her hair. Quite unusual to see such a
Rubenesque?
sensual work in a room like this.
Sensual.
A colourful work depicting a bashful knight. It is signed N. Hamley.
It likes that I looked at everything.
The crackling fireplace is more welcoming than the facial expressions of the locals.
What's up with you, drunkie?
Good day, sir.
Eh.
It's a crudely painted scene that appears to be of a biblical nature. A decorative plate. This one depicts a cat. A decorative plate depicts... A decorative plate. A decorative... A decorative... A decorative plate.
This means something. Ha 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 ha. It's giving me credit for doing stupid shit.
A biblical scene of some kind. An angel is... Hello, sir.
Right?
Do you know a Mr. Leonard Shoulder?
You're not local. You've come on that bloody train, haven't you? Bewley's going to dogs.
Your mind's like steel trap, sir. Tell me about Bewley.
What can you tell me about Bewley?
We're a proud community. I've lived here my whole life. Not much here to interest folks like you.
Folks like me?
Aye.
My name is Thomasina Bateman, and you are...
None of your business, lass. Where's your husband?
None of your business, sir.
Nice.
You're brave coming in here, all on your own.
I'm a grown woman.
I'm
We're gonna
Cyril.
get in fights.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Cyril.
Bloody trains, always bringing in people. Bloody hell. Classic Cyril.
Do you know Mr. Shoulder?
That'd be none of your business, lass. I don't come to your city poking around asking questions, do I? Man just wants to enjoy his ale in peace.
I mean, that's fair.
I take it you are not enamored with the railway station.
Bewley's gonna be swarming with outsiders, like you. We don't want you coming here.
Asking a
Simple
bunch of
as that,
questions.
Why not?
This is our town, our land.
I assure you, I am not here to cause trouble.
We'll see about that, won't we?
Bye for now.
Ta-ra, lass.
I do not need to use the lavatory.
Wash closet. I see. It's like, fuck that.
Miss Bateman, you've transformed.
I feel far more comfortable in my outdoor clothing.
You look like one of those explorers you see in the newspaper.
I guess you could call me an explorer of sorts.
I'm Stanley. Stanley Kemp.
A pleasure to meet you, Stanley.
You're the nicest one here,
Tell me,
Stanley. You're my
I
best
trust
friend.
your room is adequate.
Most adequate.
Excellent.
I'm looking for a man named Leonard Shoulder.
Aye, I know the man.
I'm to meet him here tonight.
Can I get you something to drink while you wait?
Not yet, thank you. What can you tell me about Mr. Shoulder?
Aye, he's a quiet fellow. He only comes here to check his post.
Yes, I've been corresponding with him using this address.
Have you now? You found yourself an admirer.
Not quite.
What business do you have with old Leonard then?
Originally washdown closet, so good on you, huh? Stanley's my best friend. I said so.
Well, if you must know, I am what some people call a barrow digger.
A what?
A barrow digger.
What in God's name is that?
Are you familiar with tumuli?
Afraid not.
Barrow is another word for tumulus, or tumuli in the plural.
I also need to know
A
this.
profoundly interesting subject.
You've lost me.
I excavate ancient burial sites looking for relics. A barrow is traditionally a
We're Indiana
circular mound
Jones,
of
damn it.
raised earth enclosing a burial chamber.
Oh, aye. You're a grave robber.
I am no such thing.
Don't worry, lass. I've met all sorts in here over the years. I won't tell anyone.
I assure you, my goal is more noble than petty grave robbery.
What sort of relics do you find then? Gold? Silver? Bones?
Well, rarely gold or silver, but treasures certainly. Ancient pottery is the most common find.
We're like
I've
Zahi
been
Hawass, damn it.
excavating barrows all over the country. I'm documenting my findings in preparation for my book. It shall be called Vestiges of the Antiquities in Rural England.
Oh, aye. Very interesting. But what does old Leonard have to do with this?
He sent me a letter in which he told me about an unusual barrow in Bewley, a site called Hob's Barrow. I'm meeting him here this evening to find out more.
I've lived here nigh on my whole life, and I've heard nowt about a Hob's Barrow.
What can you tell me about Bewley?
Aye, it's a quiet place. People keep to themselves, work hard.
I look forward to exploring the village tomorrow.
There's not a lot to see, lass. But St. Edmund's Church is a fine building, worth a visit.
Are you sure you've never heard of Hob's Barrow?
Not in my life, lass, but I'll tell you something. The moors stretch further than the eyes can see once you leave this village. There's no doubt many a discovery to be made.
Mr. Shoulder said the barrow is well known locally, a place of legend.
I'm afraid you're going to have to speak to him about it.
I'd love to if the fucker would
Why
get
are
here.
you interested in digging around in the dirt, lass? Haven't you better things to do with your time?
So
I'm enjoying
judgmental.
nothing more than the thrill of discovery, uncovering the past and piecing together our history. I inherited this passion from my father.
Oh, a barrow digger too, eh?
Indeed. He would take me with him on excavations as a child.
Does he still come with you now, on your own adventures?
I'm afraid my father's been bedbound by illness for many years.
Oh, I am sorry to hear that, lass.
Thank you, Mr. Kemp. He is well looked after at a private hospital. Tell me about yourself, Mr. Kemp.
Well, I've been the proprietor of this inn for the last 16 years. I worked as a drover all over the country in my younger days. Saved up my coin and bought this place.
It's a fine inn.
Thank you. I often run short of ale, but my rooms are rarely full. We don't get many outsiders wanting to stay overnight here in Bewley.
Everybody runs
Thanks
him
for
away.
your time.
As you were.
Mr. Shoulder should really be here by now. I'll sit down and wait.
Drover equals cowboy. I kind of wondered. That was going to be my guess.
Where on earth is he? What a waste of time this is turning out to be.
Evening there, miss.
Is that the guy I slapped?
You again.
I just wanted to apologise for earlier. I deserved that slap. I'm sorry for my behaviour. The drink gets a hold of me sometimes.
Let's start again, shall we?
My name is Arthur Tillett.
Thomasina Bateman.
What brings you to Bewley, anyway?
I'm here to meet someone, but he has not arrived.
His loss, if you ask me.
Perhaps you know the gentleman, Mr. Leonard Shoulder.
Oh, I know Mr. Shoulder all right. If I may be so bold as to say, he's a bit long in the tooth for you.
The relationship is not what you're implying. I've never met him. In fact, I know very little about him at all.
Get me an ale and I'll tell you all about the old sod.
I don't have a whole lot of money. How much money do I got? Come on.
Must I really buy you a drink for this information?
Please,
Are you sure it's wise to have another?
please. Don't you want to hear about old Leonard Shoulder?
You drive a hard bargain, Mr. Tillett. As you wish.
Thank you very much, Miss Bateman.
Give him something non-alcoholic.
How can I help you?
A tankard of your finest ale, Mr. Kemp.
are. 2 pence, please.
Thank you. This was the last of my money, but Kenneth will be here tomorrow with more funds.
See? No money. Alright, here you are. Now spill it.
Here you are, Arthur.
Thanking you. Oh, that hits the spot, that does, lass. Now then. Old Len. Leonard Shaw.
I knew it!
Arthur? Mr. Tillett? Oh, for heaven's sake. The man is in a drunken stupor. Mr. Tillett? He's not dead, just very drunk. I would still like to hear what he has to say about Mr. Shoulder. After one drink too many, Arthur Tillett has passed out. I have nothing else to ask for the time being.
Of course you don't.
Do you know?
Oh, I have a
Mr.
jug of water.
Leonard Shoulder?
Hold on.
You ought to be careful asking. Be on your way.
Oh, I don't mean to.
Listen to me, will you? Be on your way.
Hold on. Wakey wakey.
Oh, what the hell was that for?
You passed out, Mr. Tillett.
Oh, sorry, lass. Where were I? Leonard Shoulder. Hold on another minute. I'm making for a piss.
Dude, bro.
This man is unbelievable.
He's gonna fall asleep on the toilet.
It feels like an hour has passed. Perhaps I should go in there and check on him.
Miss Bateman? My apologies. The ladies are closed due to faulty plumbing. You'll have to use the gents.
Lovely. Mr. Tillett? Mr. Tillett? Mr. Tillett, are you in there?
Gonna check every toilet. Like,
The water looks highly questionable. I ought to keep my hands out of it.
let's fill our jug up. Oh no, we got rid of our jug. Check every toilet like
Mr. Tillett, are you in
fall
there?
out. Have you seen a jerk, kitty?
Well, you're not Mr. Tillett. I'd rather not touch it. The thing stinks to high heaven. The door opens a crack, but appears to be blocked from the other side.
This son of a bitch.
I think I can hear someone moving around. Mr. Tillett? Arthur, are you out there? Judging from the draft coming from below, this door must lead outside. I should investigate further. These look modern. I'm surprised. The mirror is coated in a thick layer of grime.
Dirty towel.
It looks like the towel has not been washed in months.
Give me another jug.
The jug is empty.
Horseshit. See a werecat? His ears are awful pointy. There's something going on with that cat. Right.
Excuse me, sir. Sir?
That's a different sir. I don't know. Let's chase this guy.
The old man has disappeared into the darkness. I'd best turn back to the inn.
They are loose with their achievements in this game. I'm for it. the alley. This son of a bitch.
Someone has wedged the door shut. Mr. Tillett. Why would he have done that?
Free wood.
Did Mr. Tillett leave, then block the door behind him? Something strange is going on here.
I want to pick up shit in this fucking alley.
A pearly white gent's glove. It's certainly unlike anything Mr. Tillett was wearing. Seems rather out of place here. Peculiar. I suspect the barrels are empty. Otherwise the locals would be rolling them into their cellars. I suspect the barrel...
Fair point.
I could tether a horse here if I had one.
Oh wait, can we look at the wall? Can we hop the wall? No.
I can't reach the window from...
Last orders.
Thought he was gonna say you
I
don't have
should
to go
get
home,
some
but you can't stay
sleep.
here.
Finding the missing men of Bewley shall have to wait for tomorrow.
Everybody's a
How
no-show.
can I help you?
Have you seen Arthur Tillett?
I thought he were with you.
He went to the lavatory and has not returned.
That sounds like Arthur Tillett. Don't worry, lass. He'll be back.
Thanks for your time.
As you were.
Kenneth will be arriving tomorrow at midday. I should get some sleep. A lovely place to warm oneself. Kenneth will be arriving. Yes, I must get some sleep. I shall track down Mr. Shoulder tomorrow.
And that darn Arthur.
Miss Bateman,
Yes?
I just talked
off
to
to
you.
bed.
Yes. I'm afraid Mr. Shoulder's let me down.
The rotter. Perhaps he will make himself known tomorrow.
I should hope so. This is turning into a waste of my time.
Ah, don't mind the locals, miss. It's just that we don't get a lot of visitors in Bewley.
Quite.
They mean well, believe me.
Sure, Mr. Kemp.
Please, call me Stanley.
Good night, Stanley.
Sleep well,
My best
Miss
friend
Bateman.
Stanley. Because everybody else is a jerk. I better not have used my one match. I need that. Uh-oh. See? Knew that cat was shifty. All right. Oh. Achievements!
Such horrid dreams.
Good stretch.
Bolted from the inside, just as I left it last night. As I suspected, I must have dreamt of that wretched-looking cat. I must say I'm relieved. Right then. Let's see if I can track down the elusive Leonard Shoulder. I'm rather anxious to get to this barrow. I also wonder what happened to Mr. Tillett.
Good morning, Miss Bateman.
Good day, Stanley.
That's how I say good morning.
Did you sleep well, Miss Bateman?
No. Cat.
Not really. I have the rather queer recollection of a cat entering my room last night.
A cat, you say?
Yes, an odd-looking grey one. I must have been dreaming, as I locked the door and windows before I went to sleep. I saw a similar cat in the lavatories while searching for Mr. Tillett.
Ah, Herbert. Oh, he's a harmless thing. He comes in now and then searching for scraps.
Indeed. Seeing him in the lavatories must have conjured up the strange dream.
The mind is capable of manifesting frightful things, Miss Bateman. I'm happy to report the rain of yesterday has lifted. It's a clear morning outside.
Bless.
Crisp. I've prepared a room for your assistant. What time will he be arriving today?
His train will get in around midday. Kenneth will also be bringing my excavation equipment.
Oh, aye? What does that entail?
Picks, shovels, buckets, lighting and such. He usually packs it in a large crate. Come to think of it, I'll need somewhere to store it.
You're welcome to use the alley behind the inn for any such bulky items.
Is it safe to do such a thing?
I can assure you the local folk are not thieves, Miss Bateman.
That's not what I...
Now, say nothing more of it.
Thank you, Stanley.
I'll let you get on with your day.
I'll be back with my assistant when he arrives.
Miss Bateman,
Yes?
I've something I wish to get off my chest, as it were.
You got grievances already, Stanley?
I've been tossing and turning all night, Miss Bateman. I feel rotten, I really do.
What on earth are you talking about?
As you know, I like to run an honest establishment. And well, I have not been honest with you, lass.
Stanley.
I do know of Hobbs Barrow.
You do?
I do. Many here do. There are stories tied to that place, you know. If I've learned anything in this life, it's that some stones are best left unturned. Old Leonard Shoulder is someone to be wary of too. I can't tell you what to do, lass, but you'd best avoid him.
I probably won't, considering it's the purpose of the game.
Why lie to me about Hobbs Barrow?
I know, lass, I know. I feel dreadful.
But why? What are these stories you speak of?
I really can't tell you more. If you insist on visiting that place, you'll have to seek out Mr. Shoulder. He brought you here. He should be the one to tell you.
I must say, Mr. Kemp, this is all quite puzzling. I've never let local superstitions stop me in the past. I pride myself on being a woman of logic and reason. I've no time to waste on such matters.
As I say, seek out Mr. Shoulder. He can tell you more.
Where?
Why must I be wary of Mr. Shoulder?
The man has a certain reputation.
For what?
You've seen it already. Were he here to meet you last night?
No.
Precisely. A man not to be trusted.
Flaky bastard.
Where is Hobbs Barrow?
I don't know. I say that on my mother's grave, Miss Bateman.
I now find that hard to believe.
The moors are vast, lass. I'd tend not to go wandering out there. A grown man could lose himself and not be seen again.
Where does Mr. Shoulder live?
I can't say for sure. As I think I told you last night, he's a quiet man and keeps to himself. He only comes in here to collect his post. Leads me to believe he lives a fair distance away. Certainly not in the village itself.
Might someone around Bewley be able to help me find him?
You could ask around. As I say, lass, Bewley folk mean well. Don't forget that.
I shall return later.
As they're being mean
Good
to
day
me.
to you, lass.
It seems I may be fighting a battle against some sort of local superstition. Is there a single barrow in England that doesn't have some ghastly tale attached to it? Hogwash. All of it. I've a few hours until Kenneth arrives. I should use this time to find Mr. Shoulder.
Map unlocked. Oh, I see. This is creepy. What's your deal, bro?
Hello. My name is Thomasina, and you are...
Now then, that's none of your concern, love.
Okay, we'll get right to the point.
Do you know a man named Leonard Shoulder?
I don't know out about no Leonard Shoulder.
What do you do around here?
Hey,
Also not my
you're not
business.
scared of sticking your neb in. I look after the churchyard. Dig the graves. Ha!
What can you tell me about the church?
Aye, it's a church.
Great.
Quite. What can you tell me about Hobbs Barrow?
Not to be found digging around in those things.
You know of local barrows then?
Don't concern yourself.
What can you tell me about Bewley?
Not much around here, love. Not worth mentioning to you, like.
I see. Goodbye.
Ta-ra.
Forever. Hope there's somebody in town that's worthwhile. I bet the children will tell us.
I don't think anyone is home. A small plaque beside the door reads Vicarage. Hello?
Yes?
My
I'm
name is
Thomasina. What's your name?
Thomasina. What's yours?
Douglas?
It's a pleasure to meet you, Douglas. That's a great sword technique you have.
Thanks, miss. Mr. Crozier's gonna make me a real one when I turn 12. I'm
When I
preparing
turn
myself
12?
to fight the lantern worm.
What is the lambton worm?
It's gonna come back and get us all. John Lambton thought he killed it at the River Ware, but my father told me it still lives. We must all be prepared.
The lambton worm isn't real, Douglas. Father just told you that to get you out of his hair.
Not true. I saw it slithering out by the beck. Like a giant eel it were. I ran home so fast I thought I would fly.
Sorry, miss. My brother has a vivid imagination.
Children often
Lair of
do
the
at
white
his
worm.
age.
I'll keep training. You will all thank me when I thrust my sword deep into its fat belly.
Douglas, this lady doesn't want to hear your nonsense.
I encouraged his nonsense.
Do you know a man called Leonard Shoulder?
That's a funny name.
I agree.
Do you like living in Bewley?
Yeah, I do. Are you from the city?
I'm from a long way away.
You must have come on the train. I love watching all the steam puff up into the sky.
Have you been on the train yourself?
No, miss. Our parents don't have the money for train tickets. Father says we have all we need here in Bewley.
Perhaps this nice lady would like to take you away with her on the train.
No, I need to stay and protect Bewley from the lantern worm.
Have you heard of Hobbs Barrow?
What's that?
A local burial mound.
Our parents don't let us wander far from the village.
What's a burial mound?
Don't you mind about that, Douglas.
We've reached the end of what Douglas is useful for.
Who's Mr. Crozier?
He's a blacksmith. His forge is just over there on the other side of the square.
Don't you think 12 years of age is a little young for a real sword?
I'll be a master swordsman by then.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, miss.
You're the nicest one we've met so far.
Good day.
Hello, miss.
My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Betty.
Nice to meet you, Betty. What are you up to?
My brother is practicing his sword fighting technique. I'm to watch him until he tires himself out.
I'm tireless.
This time last month it were all about his teaspoon collection. This month it's swords.
Do you know a man named Leonard Shoulder?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
What do you know of Hobbs Barrow?
Our parents don't like us talking to strangers, miss.
Come on,
So
Betty.
you know of it?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Goodbye.
Bye, miss.
The door has been boarded up. The building looks like a ruin. No one here. The sign is in a shabby state, but the shop appears to be a cobbler's.
Parallax. I don't
think
know
anyone is
Leonard's
home.
shoulder, but I know Jerry Clavicle. Well done.
I don't think anyone is...
We'll go to the church after. Oh, hey.
Good day.
Yes?
Mr. Crozier, I presume.
Aye, George Crozier, at your service.
My name is Thomasina.
Aye, can I help you?
How is business faring?
I do an honest trade. There'll always be horses needing shoes and farmers needing tools. You let me know if you need out made or mended. I'll do you a fair price.
Thank you, Mr. Crozier. Are you a Bewley native, Mr. Crozier?
Aye, born and bred. That's where my father's forge before mine.
Do you know a man by the name of Leonard Shoulder?
Oh, aye. Old Leonard.
Have you seen him recently?
No, not recently.
Do you know where he lives?
Why all these questions, lass?
I need to speak with him. He invited me to Bewley.
Oh, he'll turn up. I've seen him in the plough and furrow from time to time.
Not when he was supposed
But
to
do
be.
you know where he lives? I need to find him.
I believe he lives somewhere out on the moors. Can't tell you out more than that.
Thank you, Mr. Crozier. Do you know of a local landmark named Hobbs Barrow?
There's a fair many barrows found out on the moors, lass. Too many to put a name to. Not a soul in Bewley pays them any mind.
You lie.
What can you tell me about Bewley?
We don't get many visitors here, outside of market days. But there's plenty of work for the village blacksmith. Where are you from, then?
I arrived yesterday on the train from London, by way of Derby.
Oh, aye. I've heard about London.
I've heard of London.
What have you heard?
Plenty of factories there.
Yes, indeed. The city is always changing and moving forward.
Too busy for me, though, lass. I prefer a quieter pace. Aye.
When do market days run in Bewley?
So worldly, this
Once or
guy.
twice a month. The next one is tomorrow.
How delightful.
Unless your vice is cabbages, there'll be naught to interest a young lady.
Maybe I
don't
love
mind a
cabbages.
cabbage.
Then you're
I
in
don't
luck.
mind a cabbage.
Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
A fantastic specimen. Alas, it is not mine to take. It's Mr. Crozier's forge. The blacksmith is right here.
Lantern.
I have one just like this. I have one just like... Hello.
Good day. Would you like to buy one of these cakes, pet?
I'm poor.
What kind of cakes do you have?
I have some lovely Bakewell puddings, the sweetest marriage of almond and jam. I can tell you're not from around here, because if you were, you would know about my Bakewell puddings. They are quite famous.
Alas, I'm not carrying any money with me.
That's unfortunate, pet. I'm sorry, I can't give them away for free.
That's
The
fine.
money goes to the church, you see, and one cannot shirk one's duty to the church.
I understand. My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Mrs. de Plancy.
A pleasure to meet you, Mrs. de Plancy.
Likewise, pet.
Tell me about yourself, Mrs. de Plancy.
About me? What would you possibly want to know about me?
What do you got?
I've been attending St. Edmund's Church my whole life. I always want to help where I can, so I sell my baked goods, and all the proceeds go to its upkeep. This place means so much to me.
Your cakes look delicious.
I can assure you they are. You'll not find better in the entire county.
What can you tell me about St. Edmund's Church?
Isn't it the finest building? It's been standing here since the 12th century. The box pews in the nave are very fine and date back to the 17th century. The door is open if you'd like to worship.
Thank you, Mrs. de Plancy. Do you know a local man called Leonard Shoulder?
Yes, I know Leonard. What business do you have with him?
It's a long story, but I'm trying to find where he lives.
I'm afraid I don't know, dear. Father Roach has access to the parish register. He might be able to help you.
A lead.
What can you tell me about Father Roach?
He is a lovely man and an exemplary servant of the Lord. He's been the vicar of St. Edmunds for many years.
Where can I find Father Roach?
At this time of day, he'll be taking his exercise in Herne Wood, to the west of the village.
Not what I expected.
Thank you. I'll go find him.
Like in there,
Be
you dumb.
sure to listen out for his merry whistling. Such a jolly man.
What do you know of Hobbs Barrow?
Hobbs what?
Hobbs Barrow, a local burial mound.
The only place of burial I know about and care for is in this very churchyard.
Thank you for your time.
Lord be with you.
In memory of George Paxton.
I bet I could get another achievement.
In memory of William Ager. In memory of Mabel Hurst. In memory of Benjamin Garkham. In memory of Millicent Smith. In memory of Henry Crozier.
Is that the blacksmith's dad?
In memory of Romeo Hegg, dearly missed by his beloved Juliet. In memory of Percival Roach. In memory of Barnaby Tillett. In memory of Peter Black.
Come on, give me an achievement. You know I looked at them all.
In memory.
Alright. Ooh, a trowel.
Excuse me, do you think anyone would mind if I borrowed this trowel?
You help yourself, dear. Father Roach won't mind lending it. Just be sure to put it back when you're finished.
Of course, thank you.
It is more blessed to give than to receive.
Goodness me, look at these box pews. I've never seen any as tall as that before. Most unusual architecture, even for the Normans. The flowers have long since dried out. I don't want them.
I'm just telling you to look.
Those have seen better days. The pews are contained within compartments that can be locked. I've seen a similar design in other Norman churches around England, but this is a particularly impressive example. Someone has left a necklace hanging here. A silver cross. Sterling by the look of it.
Yoink.
Maybe I can reunite it with its owner. The pews are contained with... I've seen a similar design. Stained glass depictions of various biblical scenes. It's not my specialist area. This must be where the local vicar sacrifices the newborns.
Not that. It got dark.
A memorial list of former vicars. They stretch back several hundred years. Extraordinary
Indeed.
craftsmanship. A memorial list. They stretch back.
A tiny door.
It's locked.
Did you find a necklace? Yes, I did. I said yoink. Did she say west? Can I get lost? Probably not. Yoink. Ah. Much easier to find than I expected. You are a scary looking dude. Are you vomiting? Am I still dreaming? Are you drunk? We've all been there, Father.
Very sorry. Oh, the shame. This malaise will not pass. Oh, the nausea. I need your help, young lady.
Tell me what you need.
Let the blood from my arm.
Excuse me?
I think that's a bad idea.
Help me. I beg you.
bro.
Are you sure this is the only way, Father?
I beg you.
Got my life
It's
in
the
two
only cure
pieces.
for this torturous malady.
I mean, I don't have anything. I mean, I got a trowel, but that's gonna give you fucking diseases.
The vicar looks dreadfully ill.
Power of Christ compels you.
I don't think it's sharp enough.
Okay.
That's
We're-
a peculiar...
We're in trouble. Uh-oh, how do I put this away?
The trowel's blade is dull and rusted. I need something that will provide a cleaner cut.
You're gonna have to give me something sharp, my dude. But although I must protest that I still think this is a terrible idea. Vomit.
I don't wish to look too closely. I'm
it
not
up.
going near it. It smells disgusting.
That's fair. Spectacles.
Ouch! The broken lens is extremely sharp.
Very lucky. Alright, buddy. Oh, did you not pick it up? Pick it up.
Ouch! The broken lens...
Pick it up with a glove.
Perhaps I shouldn't risk soiling this glove.
That's also true.
A fine white glove, gents style.
Smack
I
him with
found
it.
it in the alleyway behind the plough and furrow.
What is this?
This handkerchief was a gift from my mother. I hope she will understand. This should work.
Alright, time to stab you, I guess.
Are you sure you want me to do this?
Yes, it will cure me of my ills.
I don't think so.
I shall do as you ask, Father.
A curious remedy.
Thank the Lord for my spare pair. God bless you. I already feel quite better.
I'm glad, Father.
The rapid healing properties of bloodletting cannot be overstated. I'm Frederick Roach, vicar of St. Edmund's
Still
Church.
seems like it was a bad idea.
My name is Thomasina Bateman.
Sure.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Are you feeling better?
Yes, thank you.
What ails you, Father Roach?
I just ate a rotten berry, that's all.
And bleeding
I like to pick
helps it.
blackberries for my supper, you see. They are quite delicious, as long as you mind the bramble. My apologies again. I wish we had met in different circumstances.
Are you from Bewley originally?
I was born in our very own St. Edmunds. It's quite the story.
Do tell.
My mother was sheltering there as a frightful tempest raged. And lo, did her waters break right there and then in that pew.
One could say that you were born into your role, Father.
Indeed. When my mother told me the story as a young boy, I knew that this was my calling.
Is this bloodletting propaganda? If I see leeches, watch out. St. Edmunds is a fine building! With an exclamation point.
St. Edmunds is a fine building.
Thank you for saying so. It's hard work keeping her in good shape, but our congregation is always willing to lend a hand in the Lord's name.
What is it like being the vicar here?
Every day is a blessing, my child. I have a great love for our parish, and the Lord looks after us.
What about your congregation?
Numbers have fallen over the years, I must say. But
'Cause all your
those that
townspeople are
remain
jerks.
faithful and full of His Spirit.
I'm looking for Mr. Leonard Shoulder.
Oh yes? Are you a
Jared
relative?
Clavicle.
No, it's a long story, but he invited me to Bewley.
And he didn't tell you his address?
He was to meet me last night at the Plough and Furrow, but he never came.
I see. Well, let me welcome you to Bewley on his behalf.
Thank you, Father. Do you know where Mr. Shoulder lives?
Let me think. It's been many moons since I've paid him a visit.
Perhaps you could allow me to take a look at the parish register.
No need. I remember it now. A fair hike across the moors.
Could you please give me directions?
I'll take you there myself.
Oh.
It's the least I can do after you aided me so.
Capital. Thank you.
Just let me know when you're ready to pay him a visit. I'll be resting here for the time being.
I was gonna make a girl directions joke, but he is not gonna give me girl directions.
What do you know of Hobbs Barrow?
I can't say I've heard of it.
It's supposedly a famous local landmark.
I'm afraid I know nothing about it.
What can you tell me
Doubtful.
about Bewley?
It's a quiet town. The railway line, which I presume you arrived by, is the only news of note we've had here for years.
I've heard the new station has received a mixed reaction.
I've heard many a debate, it's
We were
true.
cut off from the
But
world
my
and we
role
liked
is
it that
not
way.
to adjudicate on that matter. I'm very busy in my own work, you see.
Alright, let's go.
I'm ready to go to Mr. Shoulder's house.
Excellent. I feel the fresh air will do me well. Follow me.
Huzzah! Are we gonna have to remember the way?
Good morning, Father.
Good morning, Mrs. Duplancy. Mrs. Duplancy, this is Thomasina Bateman.
We've met.
A visitor to our parish.
We've already had the pleasure of meeting, Father.
Excellent. Miss Bateman, don't hesitate to try one of Mrs. Duplancy's wonderful cakes.
Yes, I've heard about her famous Bakewell puddings.
I'll be here all day, young lady. But remember, once they're gone, they're gone. Those little whelps have already gobbled up all the gingerbread.
You are doing God's work, Mrs. Duplancy.
He smiles upon us, Father.
Miss Bateman, if you'd like to follow me.
You're the one that got distracted.
Let's talk of graves, of worms, and epitaphs. Make dust our paper, and with rainy eyes, write sorrow on the bosom of the earth. Let's choose executors, and talk of wills.
Shakespeare?
Quite. Which play?
Do you know? I'm gonna say here.
Richard II.
Correct.
Hey.
You are well read, Miss Bateman. Studying the work of the bard is one of my favorite pastimes.
Should I get on?
Follow me.
I knew a quote or two from the other two and none from this one, so I picked this one.
Behold, the vast expanse of God's creation. The moors extend as far as the mortal eye can see. Beautiful, is it not?
Sure.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
The beauty of God's creation is that it takes so many forms. How can one take in such a view and not have faith? Some look at these moors and think this a godless land. But I tell you, he is found in all domains. The Lord's work is all about us. Tell me, Miss Bateman, do you believe in God?
So she's not a god guy. I think he might want to lie.
Yes.
I sensed a hesitation there.
No, I believe in...
Come now, I will not bring the fire and brimstone upon you for speaking your truth.
Well, I was brought up Anglican. The church was an important part of my early life, Father Roach. But what happened to my father eventually made me question things.
If you don't mind me asking, my child, what happened to your father?
He had an accident when I was very young.
Oh. Flashback.
Come along now, Thomasina. Let's get out of the rain. Remember what I told you, all right? Be a good girl. People are unwell here. They don't want to hear you running about making noise. Understood?
Yes, Mother.
Good. And don't annoy the nurses.
I promise I won't.
Good. Now, let's see your father.
Daddy, wake up!
Not gonna.
Mummy? Mummy?
Good evening, Mr. Bateman. Hello, little one. You must be Thomasina?
Yes.
My name is Nurse Blaketon. I just need to talk to your mummy for a little bit. I'm sorry to disturb you, Mrs. Bateman. Mrs. Bateman?
Will he ever talk again, Nurse Blaketon?
The doctor is uncertain, Mrs. Bateman.
What happened?
There is the possibility that Mr. Bateman won't regain any movement at all. But we will do our utmost to look after Mr. Bateman here at Ticehurst, ma'am. He will have a nurse by his side at all times, I can assure you.
What sort of god would allow this fate to befall such a kind and honest man?
I'm sorry to hear this. God moves in mysterious ways, but he loves us all. Come along now.
Deep conversation walk.
Hello? She scampered off in a hurry. Who was that?
Some primitive folk make their home out on the moors. I suggest you keep your wits about you when you are exploring, and don't stray too far from Bewley.
I see. How much farther to Mr. Shoulder's house?
Still quite a walk, I'm afraid, but we'll get to him soon enough. Now then, take a look at this. Legend has it that this cairn has stood here for over 1,000 years.
How remarkable.
The Devil's Toe.
I beg your pardon?
That's what it's called. The Devil's Toe.
Oh, I see.
Come now, onward.
We walked and walked across that vast, featureless landscape. All the while, Father Roach was whistling away merrily. Just as I had begun to wonder if we were hopelessly lost, a building emerged from the mist. Mr. Shoulder's cottage.
14 miles away.
Here we are, Miss Bateman. Unless my memory fails me completely, this is Mr. Leonard Shoulder's house.
Thank you for your help, Father Roach.
Now. No need to thank me after your providential assistance today. However,
No need to thank me after cutting you.
To ask you.
Yes?
Please don't tell Mrs. de Plancy about my little scene in the woods. She will only fret. The poor dear woman has enough on her mind as it is.
I shan't mention it.
Thank you. You'd better see if Mr. Shoulder is in.
I would like to save first, and we will meet Mr. Shoulder later. Was it her baked goods that caused it? Ooh, the plot thickens. Mrs. de Plancy is a vile creature. Whoops, I don't need to do that. Cancel. Okay. Well, I'm curious to find out what happens. I'm interested. The voice acting, good. We'll see where this takes us. We'll be on the road tomorrow. Where the fuck you going? You're so busy. Oh, you're in Boston now. Oh, I forgot. I thought you were back by now because Mom was gone, I guess. But she just left. Okay. Sounds good. We will play another time. Let me know. Bye.